Next up, you remember when the transfer portal started going crazy as it does every January and February, and you remember when a whole lot of guys just said, nope, I'm done. Goodbye, Mike Gundy. I'm out of here. No more Stillwater, Oklahoma for me. And people wrote the obituary for Oklahoma State, including odds makers. Their total's like 6.5 or something like that, I think, for the start of the season here. Well, I told you at the time, no, this is not great. And Spencer Sanders moved on, the quarterback. He went to Ole Miss. So, no, it wasn't great. However, I told you there was this quiet but steady drumbeat from Stillwater, and they kept saying the same thing. Don't necessarily focus on the quantity of guys leaving here. Look at the net quality of guys who are leaving versus the ones we're bringing in. Now, Mike Gundy eventually just said that publicly in not so many words. Well, lo and behold, we get into fall camp, and some of the returns we're hearing, especially on the defensive line, is not only do they think they're as good as they were last year, they think they improved from last year. And that's because of guys like Justin Kirkland out of the portal. Now, you know where he came from? He came from Utah Tech. And most of you are intimately familiar with Utah Tech's program. I don't sell my audience short. But for those of you who don't know Utah Tech, including us, because we couldn't find their logo a couple of weeks ago, I think it was Dixie Valley State back in the day. Change had to happen for some reason or another. He came from there, but he's 6'4", 350. So if you want a centerpiece, it's just a rising sophomore, by the way. If you want a centerpiece on that defensive line at Oklahoma State, look no further this year. They have gotten great things out of him in fall camp. They love, here he is, Anthony Goodlow. He's from Tulsa, so he didn't have to drive far, but he's at defensive end. They got 2 returning defensive linemen. So if you're looking for difference-making units there, if those guys stay healthy, Oklahoma State looks pretty formidable up front. Now, that's going to be news to people who think that they're going to be, like toilet paper thin because of the transfer portal. Not necessarily. It is interesting that Mr. Bowman, Alan Bowman, has not completely taken control of the quarterback race yet, but I'm just here to talk about defense tonight. We move on. I'm not just talking